I had to rejoin
Go
my
live. All
thing
right,
was.
let's see here. Where'd my other thing? There it is. Start streaming. Yep. All right. Good morning. Hello and welcome to This Date in History, aka TDH. This show is about what happened on this date throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with what do we have here for December 3rd? Sir King, would you like to start us off here?
We'll let you go. I'm
All right.
trying to hear.
All right, let's see here. We have 735. The Maya city of Dos Pilas was attacked and conquered the larger and older city of Sibyl. And I want to know what war that is. Any casualties? Oh. Then we have 1347. Pope Clement the Sixth declared the Roman tribunal Cola di Arezzo as heretics. Huh. We don't enjoy like heretical behavior. Like anybody who plays some Warhammer 40k. Gotta purge the heretics. 50,
Heretics!
yes. 1557,
Want
the first
you.
the first covenant of Scottish Protestants formed. All right, that's pretty cool. 1586 here. What do we got? Sir Thomas Heriot introduced potatoes to England from Colombia. So all right, and I don't remember when the potato famine was, but it must have been after this because, I mean, if the Irish had potatoes in that mass number, they would have known about it in Britain, of course. So, when was the Irish potato famine, actually? When was the Irish potato famine? Let's see here. Great Famine of Ireland. Okay. Wow. Okay, yeah, 1845 to 1852. So, and this was 1586. So it would take a couple hundred years for that to happen. 1639, the first annulment by court decree passed. And annulment, what? Like, I'd like to know a little bit more information. Why? What country? What did it entail? We have something interesting here in 1676. Somebody was saying something.
I'm sorry. Talking.
Huh.
That's it. I'll go here for 1676 Battle of Lund, Scandinavian War. Swedish army of 8,000 defeats much larger joint Danish-Dutch force of 13,000.
Wow. 8 versus 13. That's a pretty good, victory there.
Oh yeah.
I wonder how what the casualties were on both sides, and who the commanders were.
1678 Edmund Halley receives M.A. from the Queen's College, Oxford.
Now, is this the same Haley for Haley's Comet?
It is. Maybe?
Haley was instrumental in bringing Isaac Newton's discovery on planetary motion to publication, editing, and overseeing the printing of Newton's principle, 1687.
He's an astronomer.
Yeah. Maybe that was like a different Haley. Because it's not saying anything about him discovering a comet. But it could have still been named after him. Oh, wait. English astronomer Edmund Halley first observes a comet named after him. There we go. Okay. So, mystery solved. It is Halley of Halley's Comet. 1685 here, we got, here we go again,
1685 Charles II bars Jews from settling in Stockholm, Sweden. I wonder why.
Why, though? Like,
why are the reasons? Why are these always omitted?
Yeah, like,
the reasons always omitted.
I mean,
even though it's always omitted.
Yeah, like, I'm just curious. I'm not blaming any people for anything. I just want to know why this keeps happening. Is that such a bad thing? Anyway, 1689, first recorded successful separation of conjoined twins Elizabeth and Katharina Majorin, completed by Swiss surgeon Johannes Fatio in Basel. So in Basel, Sweden, wherever Basel is. Swiss, so I guess Basel's maybe in Switzerland. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, conjoined twins getting separated. That's really cool. So now they can go and be their own person. Dude, could you imagine being, like, physically joined to another person? Like, That would be hell. Uh,
right?
1694, the English parliamentary election became set for every 3 years, and I wonder what caused that. Like, what political document? You know, like that's a good idea. Every 3 years, every 4 years. It's the parliament is kind of like the House of Representatives and whatnot. For us, I wonder what the UK to US, you know, like position would be. What is our parliamentary, you know, house or whatever. Anyway, let's see. Moving on up to 1736. We got another astronomer stuff here for you if you'd like.
1736, astronomer Anders Celsius takes measurements that confirm Newton's theory that the Earth was an ellipsoid rather than the previous accepted sphere,
Huh.
like egg shape.
Yeah, and actually that reminds me. So like I have some photos coinciding. So this was the potato one. Here's the ellipsoid. So let me bigger this.
Yeah,
So yeah, that looks so strange. Like it does look like an egg, but because of centrifugal force, it bulges in the middle.
yeah.
So let's see here. Moving on up. What else do we got here? 1775.
First official U.S. flag raised, Grand Union flag aboard naval vessel USS Alfred.
Yeah. I have a more meaty article here. It says during the American Revolutionary War, the USS Alfred became the first vessel to fly the Grand Union flag, the precursor to the Stars and Stripes, the flag being hoisted by John Paul Jones. The famous John Paul Jones. And actually, here's a photo of that. So I believe this one here, on proud display in the middle, is the flag that we're talking about, and that is awesome. Like it looks to me here like they have the British colony flag upside down, which is something they would do to be like a middle finger, like hey, we're flying your flag upside down, screw you, haha, you know. So. Anyway, moving on up, 1800 here, off of main source. During the War of the Second Coalition, the Battle of Hohenlohe saw French General Jean-Victor Marie Moreau decisively defeat the Archduke Joan of Austria near Munich. Coupled with the first consul Napoleon Bonaparte's earlier victory at Marengo, this will force the Austrians to sign an armistice and end the war. All right, so this is the last swing of this specific conflict. Moving on up to 1818. What do we got here?
1818, Illinois gained 21st state in the USA. Admission Day.
Yeah,
Yes.
admission day for Illinois, I believe. So it's like their little state holiday. It's their admission day. So happy admission day to anyone in Illinois. So, yeah. 1828. Here we go.
1828, Andrew Jackson elected the 7th U.S. president.
Nice. 1833 here, Oberlin College in Ohio, the first truly co-educational college, open. So like co-ed, so men and women, like blacks and whites. Like, is it that co-ed or is it just men and women co-ed? That's a good question. Like, were they segregated by color? I mean, it is 1833, so. 1834, the first United States Dental Society was organized in New York. All right. So, working on them chompers. We need dentists. Off of main source here, 1834, the Zollverein, the German Customs Union, began the first regular census in Germany. You got to figure out, how many people, you reside over. What do we got here in 1835?
1835, first mutual fire insurance company issues first policy to Rhode Island.
Ooh. So yeah, fire insurance in case you get a fire. Now you have a system to help financially support you, or so they say. They always find ways to not do so, but yeah. Ooh, here we go, Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass published his first issue of his newspaper, North Star, in 1847.
All right. Yeah, and
Hey, too bad.
what?
Oh, never mind. I was just gonna say, too bad they didn't have that fire insurance when the Apprentice aired. Huh?
The Apprentice?
Yeah, the Apprentice. You know, Donald, that show, You're Fired.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ha. Let's see here. 1854. Oh, here we go.
1854, Eureka stockade in what is claimed to many be the birth of Australian democracy. More than 20 gold miners at Ballarat, Victoria, are killed by state troopers in an uprising over mining licenses.
Wow. I'm going to need a lot more information regarding that. Hold on. So here's the thing of Illinois. Yeah, this is the picture I want to show right here. So, yeah, it looks like they got surrounded, or they're changing the flag or something. I don't know. I can't really tell what's happening in this in this painting, artist rendition. But it sounds like a very dark yet promising day for Australia. You know, can only imagine what they were going through. Just to get licenses to mine. What is this? Oh, I don't need that. All right. Anyway, moving on up to 1856, 24-year-old Irishman James Kelly and British soldier Jack Smith, at the age of 34, fought in the longest bare-knuckle boxing bout, lasting for 6 hours and 15 minutes at Fiery Creek, Victoria, Australia. Dude, like, so many things are so stereotypically in conjunction. We have an Irishman and a British soldier. Well, the Irishman is more stereotypical, but bare knuckle boxing bout, the longest ever in Australia, specifically in a place called Fiery Creek. I mean, like, you can't make this up. This is insane. So, moving on.
Yeah, there's like 800 some rounds or something, wasn't it?
Well, you know what? Let's see here.
I think it was wild, dude. It was almost unbelievable.
Well, let's see here. 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour. Well, no, not even 15 minutes, but 3 minutes. Okay, how much times is 3? 3 goes into 60, 20 times.
18.
Okay, so
Yeah, so you got 20.
So about a round. One round is about 3 minutes. So if you fought each round back to back with no breaks, you can fit 20 in an hour. But there's obviously breaks, so let's just reduce it to 15 rounds in an hour. So that way they have some time for break in between, a couple minutes between every round. So that's 15 rounds in 1 hour. Multiply that by 6. What's 15 times 6? Okay, now I need the calculator again. 15 times 6 equals 90 rounds. Good God.
That's just fun, dude. That's a lot, dude.
And then another 15 minutes. So it's 90 to 91 rounds with plenty of time for breaks in between. That is, if there were rounds, maybe they were just sitting and just hitting each other the whole time. Who knows? Like, that is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's and the famine and the fatigue and all that shit, dude. From winding out like that, them dudes probably had to be like doing the baseball game when you spin around on the bat and try to hit the ball. That kind of probably was how them rounds got to be, towards the end.
Well, that's probably why why I was giving them so many breaks, because like there's you need some time. Like,
you just get your lights back on,
Yeah, because humans are a species of endurance. Like we're not like about that like high speed chase like a leopard or like the power of a lion or any of that. But we will follow you. We will follow the footsteps, and for days to weeks on end. Until we quarry our prey. That's how that's why humans got to be where they are. They can just outlast things, not outstrong, not outspeed, or anything that physically matters. But we just outlast. So. Anyway, moving on up off of main source here, 1859, Nigeria's first newspaper, missionary Henry Townsend's Iwe Irohin, was published. All right, so Nigeria gets a newspaper. That's pretty cool. 1868. Let's see. Ooh, this one's really cool. Sir Tim, do you want to take this?
1868, first blacks on U.S. trial jury appointed for Jefferson Davis trial.
Yeah, former. I think he was a senator, but then he left, and he was the president of the Confederate States of America during the Civil War. He led the whole split and the schism and all that stuff. And this is awesome. Like they got like this is a picture of it. These are all or some of the jurors at least, and they got a whole bunch of black guys to be the jury of the president of the Confederacy. That is that is such sweet justice. Oh, that is so nice, man. I love it. Awesome. I love it so much. I'm almost tearing out of pure bliss. So fitting. What do we got here in 1872?
1872, English as what does that say? Assyriologist?
Assyriologist? I have no clue.
What is that?
Assyriologist?
Yeah, it says ASSYRIO.
The anatomy of ass.
Well, I can't even define.
Well, this is obviously a typo. I think they probably mean astrophysicist.
Yeah, it might be. I think so, bro.
Yeah, this is a typo.
Somebody's thesaurus broke out.
George Smith reads his translation of the first great flood from the Epic of Gilgamesh to the Society of the Archaeology with striking similarities to the later flood of Noah in Genesis.
Huh. I'm going to look this guy up here. George Smith.
That's pretty wild. I guess, man, they got a lot of words that mean the same thing.
Assyriologist.
Assyriologist, yeah.
What is this?
Like he's an Azrael. An Azrael. Is that like a wizard? So is it like wizardry?
I don't know. I'm looking it up.
He's got that wizard beard.
He does.
Yeah, maybe that's what that is. Maybe that because Azrael, he's a wizard, right? Yeah, I just got that from the Smurfs or whatever. That.
Oh God.
Like that Smurf dude's cat, Gargamel.
Gargamel.
Yeah, Gargamel. Yeah, that was based all upon Gargamel's dream, or wasn't it, or whatever, when he ate the mushrooms, the whole little Smurf thing.
I have no clue, dude. This is all new to me. I'm gonna add this into the underbar section because this is incredible.
It's an Assyriologist.
He's a genius of wizardry, Harry.
Like, what? It was a thing. It's not a.
Where's Lost at when you need him, man? Lost would know about that stuff, dude. That's his area, dude. He knows about all that crap.
Yeah. Well, make a footnote and ask him later. Moving on up, 1881 here. Henry Morton Stanley.
Hold on. I got it. An Assyriologist is a scholar who specializes in the study of ancient Mesopotamia, encompassing religions such as Assyria, Sumer, Akkad, and Babylonian. So he's a scholar of religious theology.
Okay, that's pretty cool. That's really cool. Like, wow. So, like, ancient Mesopotamia was polytheogenic.
Yeah.
Like, they had different religions. Huh. That's interesting. You learn something new every day. Let's see here. 1881. Henry Morton Stanley founded Leopoldville, which is now Kinshasa. All right. What country, though? Sounds African. Another 1881 here off of main source. The first issue of Tamperian daily newspaper Amulahiti, which means morning paper, was published. So another newspaper, starting on this day. That's pretty cool. Another off of main source here, 1898, the Duquesne Country and Athletic Club defeated an all-star collection of early football players, 16-0, is what is considered to be the first all-star game for professional U.S. football. That's pretty cool. 1901, another off of main source here. Actually, what the heck? In a State of the Union message, United States President Theodore Roosevelt delivered a 20,000-word report, but not in person, to the House of Representatives, asking Congress to curb the powers of trusts, quote, within reasonable limits, end quote. So I wonder. Yeah.
Yeah, who defines that?
Yeah, well, like,
who defines what's reasonable?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what is reasonable limits? What does that specifically mean? Your reasonable limits, like the witnessers, like that's highly manipulable. Obviously, we know what he's trying to do. He's just not doing it right, unfortunately, and he's just giving way too much leeway for the system to become what it has become. Another off of main source. Good lord, man, come on. The Jehovan moon Himalaya was discovered by Charles Dillon Perian at California's Lick University. So apparently we had, or maybe still have, a Lick University. Okay. Well, let's see here. 1910. Let's give this to you, good Sir King. Ooh, this is pretty cool.
Neon lights first publicly displayed Paris Auto Show.
Yeah. Modern neon lighting was first publicly demonstrated by Georges Claude at the Paris Motor / Auto Show. It's pretty cool. Ooh, here we go. This one's really big.
In 1911, Willis Carrier presents his influential rational psychrometric formula on air conditioning to the American Society of Mechanical Engineers, making air conditioning possible.
Yeah, and right here, here's a photo of it. Look at that, the size of that machine.
Holy.
I mean, like, everything starts somewhere, and
a freezer.
Yeah.
It's really just a freezer, and then you left the door open. It's just a fan in the back of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's massive.
No, but if you look at it, does it look just like a large version of what you have in your refrigerator? It's just the same stuff. Just
yeah.
It came a long way, huh?
And I want to bring attention to the video that you and I saw last night, King, of that device. Actually, if you can DM that to me, actually no, you posted it in general. So yeah, I found it. It's right here. So I'll add this in the underbar section as well. Go watch this video and anything else you can find about it, like after this show, of course. But basically, they utilize some kind of specially built jerry-rigged device made out of copper tubes, at specific lengths, curves, like everything that is there for a reason. Very much like how everything you see, like in a movie scene, everything is there, put there, rotated that way, that color, meticulous. Everything about it is there for a reason. Everything about this device is there for a reason. And they essentially take select materials, superheat them to plasma, and funnel it through this machine that condenses and such in this middle. Yeah, and through water and all that stuff, and it essentially becomes a perpetual machine. The only thing that breaks the cycle is you have to change the water out after so many uses or whatever. Otherwise, the heat is self-sustaining, and the byproduct it makes is oxygen. It converts things on an atomic level through plasma and gravity, and electromagnetic conductivity to generate oxygen. It's basically science alchemy, legitimately. And the oxygen not only is oxygen, but it's cold. So they were talking in another video we were watching. It's not really covered in this one, but this other video King and I were watching last night was talking about the specific uses of it beyond generating oxygen. It can be used as a air conditioning thing, so you can get rid of your huge air conditioner in your car, replace it with this little thing. It can also be a little bit of not a redundancy or a boost, but like a helper, like a side hustle, if you will, to the actual energy output of your engine itself. It's like a hybrid type of thing. if I'm making any sense, you know? Like, and that's wild, you know? Like, going from this massive air conditioning unit to now, you know, superheating plasma, converting it to cold air, and utilizing that as possible refrigeration technology. How far we've come. And this was what year? 1911. Like, wild. Anyway, moving on up, what else do we got here?
The 1912 Garrett Brinkman becomes first Dutch traffic officer.
All right, it's pretty cool. I wonder what rank he was, what his title was. Got another off a main source here. 1912, Bulgaria, Greece, Montenegro, and Serbia, referred to as the Balkan League, signed an armistice with the Ottoman Empire, modern-day Turkey, temporarily halting the First Balkan War. Unfortunately, this armistice would expire on February 3rd of next year, 1913, and hostilities would resume soon afterward. That's unfortunate, but they tried. So, 1914 here, though. Back to you if you'd like to take it.
I'll take my dog outside.
All right. Dutch army opened fire on interned Belgian soldiers, murdering 8 of them. Yikes. That's not nice. 1917 here, after nearly 20 years of planning and construction, the Quebec Bridge finally opened to traffic after 2 prior collapses. Now we're going to run into a discrepancy here after this article here, because this is weird. But 1917 as well, the Supreme Allied War Council meeting at Versailles to define war aim failed to reach an agreement. Yeah, like right here. So like I have here in 1917 it says this, but then my other source, as you can see by the exclamation point, from my secondary source it says 1919, so 2 years later, after nearly 20 years of planning and construction, including 2 collapses causing 89 deaths, the Quebec Bridge opened to traffic. Now, was it 1917 or 1919? Because other than the 89 deaths, like, everything is the same exact information. So, I don't know. Moving on up to 1920. Welcome back, good Sir King. I'm going to take this one here because I have a more meatier article. Following more than a month of the Turkish-Armenian War, the Turkish-dictated peace treaty of Alexandropol was concluded. And I wonder, like what it meant by dictated. Like, how much did it favor the Turks if it wasn't all favor for them? So, but here, 1923.
1923, first congressional open session broadcast via Radio Washington, D.C.
All right. So now, the people can listen in on, what the movers and shakers, who conduct their representatives, what they're doing, Off a main source here, 1925, the final agreement was signed between the Irish Free State, Northern Ireland, and the United Kingdom, formalizing the partition of Ireland. They're partitioning it. Like, they're piecing it. They're piecing it apart. That's not good. So, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but free Ireland, man. Come on. 1926, this one raised an eyebrow here.
Detective novelist Agatha Christie mysteriously disappears for 11 days.
All right. Do we not know why? Like, hold on a second. Why did Agatha Christie vanish? Investigators strange disappearance. Some suggested she had drowned herself. What? So she died?
Drowned yourself, man. That's hardcore shit right there.
Hold on a
Wow.
second. When did she die? It says here, January 12th, 1976. This article is from 1926. So no, she's not dead.
No.
So, no.
That's what it sounded like. It's like she just came back.
Huh. Well, if anybody can let us know in the comments section, if they find any links.
Maybe
just came back. She ain't Kanye.
This artist,
Yeah.
maybe she just needed a break to make her new book or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I just find it kind of ironic that someone who's known to be a detective novelist.
Yeah.
Nobody's done any detective work to figure out what the hell happened. It's like you think if any audience would look into it, it'd be hers. I don't. What do I know? Anyway, what do we got here?
Boston Bruins meet the Montreal Canadiens 3-1, the first win of the NHL record 14-game winning streak and a 22-game home winning streak.
So essentially, if I'm reading this right, this is the start. This is the game one. This is the one that they win, and they would go on to have a 14-game winning streak and a 22-game home winning streak. So, you win at home, but if you win abroad, you're still winning at home. So, it's pretty cool. 1929, off a main source here, President Herbert Hoover declared his first State of the Union message to Congress, presenting it in the form of a written message rather than a speech. Okay, what's with presidents, handing out a written note and all that stuff. 1930, what do we have here? This one's not good.
1930, airborne chemicals combined with fog to kill 60
Wow.
in Belgium.
Wow, where did it come from? Like, what facility? But just 1 year later, like, kind of in some kind of weird dark humor type of thing, what do we have here?
1931, Alka-Seltzer goes on sale.
Hey, I'm not sure if Alka-Seltzer could have helped those guys, but, people who died, from the smog, I don't know. They might have been throwing up, so I don't know. But we got some baseball.
1933, as part of the famous MLB fire sale of players, Philadelphia A's owner Connie Mack sells catcher Mickey Cochrane to Detroit for $100,000. Cocaine is immediately named Tigers manager.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. So he got traded and boom, here's manager. So
promotion.
Let's see here. What year was that? 1933. 1933 money conversion. How much is $100,000 from 1933 worth today? So amounts
100,000.
Calculates. $2,428,184.62. So
yeah, that's wild, right?
That's a lot of money.
It was unheard of to have $1 million back then, for sure.
Well, you have to be like a business mogul, like frickin', Rockefeller and whatnot. Like, I remember specifically this one scene from, like one of those, The Men Who Built America, shows and all that stuff. There's this one scene where, like, young Rockefeller, his dad comes, his dad shows him into his office or something, and he has, like, a stack of money, and it was, like, $1 million. He's like, you see this? This is $1 million. Work hard, and you'll get one of these of your own one day, And he did. So, children are impressionable. They learn the lessons that you teach them, or that you don't. Anyway, moving on up, what else do we got here? 1933 as well. Funeral of World War I Commander Sir Arthur Curlie with 150,000 people lining the streets of Montreal. It became the largest Canadian funeral of all time. And I wonder if the record still stands. I mean, it has to. That's a lot of people. 150,000? Like, I'm not sure how many funerals in all of history are bigger than that. I know there are, but how many? Like, 5? Like, huh. But what an honor. I wonder, like, was he some war hero or something? He was Canadian, so he was knighted. All right, so we have a lot of stuff here. It's a pretty sizable biography. So yeah, well, I think he earned it. He all that honor. 1933, Joel Lilliard played quarterback for the Chicago Cardinals, becoming the last black player for the National Football League until 1946. Whoa. So it took 13 years to get another non-white. That's not cool. But At least they had people back then. So that's good. Um, let's see here. 1934, what do we got? Here we go.
1934, Italian colonial Tripoli and Syrintia annexed to Libya.
Huh. Okay. 1933, 1938. Oh, I see something bad coming up.
AAUs decides to continue linear measure system over metric.
So what is AAU? Actually, let me look this up here. Just surface level scratch of this article. Imperial and U.S. customary measurement systems. Okay, so they decided to continue using imperial over metric. It's just, why? Like I think there's only 2 countries in the world, North Korea and the United States, that uses imperial. Everywhere else uses metric. We got to catch up. Like, our only ally in measurement is North Korea. Something's wrong. 1938, off a main source here, Nazi Germany issued the decree on the utilization of Jewish property, forcing Jews to sell real property like real estate, like land, lots, buildings, businesses, and stocks at below market value as part of Aryanization. Ugh, awful, disgusting, deplorable stuff. And also, 1941, dictator of Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler, viewed Poltava in Ukraine. All right, yeah, he was over there. 1943, what do we got? As soon as I find it, here he is.
World War II's Battle of Monte Cassino in Italy again.
Yep, pretty big, on mainland Italy. Slowly taking away from the Italians. Eventually, they'll turn sides and Gaddafi, Mussolini, essentially. So, and I'm gonna have you take 2 more 44s, and I'm gonna wrap us up for the day. So, let's see here. 1944. This one. Actually, is that? Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead and take that one.
1944, Britain's Home Guard Dad's Army is officially stood down at the special farewell parade in Hyde Park, London.
Huh. All right. I wonder what Dad's Army was. And let's see here. Well, I'll go ahead and wrap us up there. Because there's a lot of history left. But yeah, I haven't gotten this far in the editing and all that stuff. So anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may be interested in. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion. Check our sources for more. For your dose of passive events daily, we stream, most days at 11 in the morning Pacific time. Try to aim for every day, but we just, we're a, 2-man show, more or less. So, yeah. Anyway, we do have other shows. Check us out. Like we have a news show and various other things we're trying to get off the ground. But for all of you and all of us, I am Xander.
King Refuge.
Hollywood haters.
And you, viewer, are you. Thank you very much for joining. I'm looking to see if we have any comments whatsoever. No, we do not. But, yeah, anyway, until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Peace out.